Hey, crafty babes. It's Andrea here to share with you my new A5 planner setup for 2021. I know. I had a whole situation going on that was working great. But things change. Things change and my needs changed even after I committed. Not really committed, but had said this is what I'm going to be doing. Well, that changed. And I was really feeling a bit frustrated with my spiral planner because there was no customization. I was having to do too much whiting out and just kind of dealing with what I had and flipping. Things weren't in the order that was helpful to me. So I decided to grab my A5 Note to Self binder from Felicity Jane. I already had it on hand. I didn't buy a new planner. I just used what I had. And then I made a couple of my own dividers as well as bought some inserts from Plan to Create. And she has just a ton of options and you'll see how I've made them work for me. I've also purchased a simple monthly tab set. Super cheap on Amazon. I wouldn't say super cheap. The quality is really good, but just inexpensive on Amazon. And the purpose also of going into this one binder was that I had intended to keep my action plan binder or my action plan planner separate from my kind of like my brainstorming idea binder. And that just, after trying it for a few days, it wasn't working. It was too much to flip back and forth between things. And I've always enjoyed all of my task-related things to be in one planner. So that's the purpose of being in a planner that gives me some more flexibility. So how I have mine set up here is I've used some of my own papers here this is from issue number 16 of Retro Hip magazine. I used this, I double-sided and then used some of the tabs as well from that collection. And the very first thing is just January. I don't do a lot of decorating, so you're not going to see anything fancy. You're going to see some things that are very functional. I can easily grab the paper clip here and it takes me right to kind of a monthly overview. Now this is strictly for my own business and things that are related to the magazine and my memberships. And so I have some color coding here for what stage I would be in during a certain part of the month. And I don't have them written in here, but just knowing that there's a color code and a legend, I have a visual of what I should be doing during the time. And here on the side, I just have this January 2021 dashboard, and this is from Kelly Bangs. It is actually an exclusive of her membership group with Paula from Crafty Destination. So this is from the Fussy Cut and Cuties for January. If you want a really super fun place to hang out where it's basically a party with printables, you need to go join the Fussy Cut and Cuties. I will leave a link for everything in the description, but it is such a fun, crafty group of ladies that we like to craft and have fun, and it's a bunch of fun. Anyway, so this is an insert from Julie. I don't for sure 100% know the exact names of all of these planner inserts, but I will do my best to recall. I believe that this 4-page spread, you won't be able to see it, but it's got these 4 things are the month on 2-page, and it was a custom insert that she made for me per my request to have it be a Sunday start, because some of her inserts are a Monday start, and I think my brain would actually break if I looked at a calendar and had Monday first, because just having, I think it's the Gregorian calendar. Is that correct, where we have a Sunday start? If I were to look at something on the 5th column, I automatically think it's Thursday, and it should be. So I was afraid my brain would break. Anyway, it's worked out great so far because I don't need to write anything in it. I don't need to be detailed. Where that detail goes is here. So this is where everything gets posted, posted. This is where everything gets written in, whether it is something that I need to post, whether it's an event that I need to be at, whether it is something I need to remember, if it's something I need to do, if it's task related, like not every task goes on this, but tasks that happen every month. Like in my membership group, I have to delete certain things at certain times of the month. I have to keep track of that kind of stuff because it's, just stuff I don't want to forget. And then what I've done over here on the left is I've used a Catherine Pooler stamp. I forget the name. Let me see if I have it close by. There it is. Oh, she doesn't have a name. Oh, there it is. Months, Many Ways. And this I picked up from scrapbook.com. And it has basically, let me just show you. It has all the calendar options, like every single possible start day. It also has a title for a Sunday start and a Monday start, and then one of every month. So I've taken that here and just used this extra space so that I can at a glance take a look at some of the upcoming months. I've also, my typical way that I track things is by color code. So I will make a checkbox and then I will write what it is, and then I will fill it in with the color code mild liner that goes with a specific category. So like anything magazine related is going to be teal. Membership things are going to be yellow. So that way at a glance, I know what it is, even if I don't even read the words. And then I have also started using a little bit of the washi. These are two different brands. So this is Illustrated Faith made some washi that's like a little bit transparent for Bible journaling and things. And then I also have another set that I bought from a stamp company that is no longer in business. So I use those. And then here I'm tracking some stats as well. And then that way I can track them every month and just, have a running idea. This is where things get a little different. And I am actually working in this for a few weeks. And then I'm going to have Julie from Plan to create me a custom insert. So basically this is a week on 2-page spread, but I have whited out all of the days and wow, I have whited out the days and written in my own categories, because how my brain functions during the week is a chunk of time, and these are the things that need to get done in that chunk of time, or they get transferred to the next week. But if I look at things on a week spread, it's much easier for me to manage. I cannot do daily. I can't just say these are the things I'm going to do today, because it doesn't always work that way. And monthly is just like too broad. It doesn't allow me room for the very detailed things that need to get done for all the different categories of my life. So I have Retro Hip Co., I have home things, I have work things, and then I have content, either content ideas that I want to post or actual things that need to get posted. And then this would be if I have ideas about things, if I don't make the note in my notes app on my phone, if I'm here and I think about it, then this is a place for me to write that. Dinners and prayers, sometimes these, I have them on a separate list because I knew that I was going to share this. And sometimes they're private things. But they're usually for other people. They're typically they're not my prayers. They're not prayers for me selfishly. They're prayers that I need to be praying for other people, because that's important to me. If I say that I'm going to do that, I really needed a place to actually look at it every day and actually pray for those people. And then I made myself my own horizontal line. This line does not exist in the print. And I use the Catherine Pooler stamps again to do the month I'm in and then the next month. Again, it's just a visual. And then here I've just marked off the week that we're in, because there's no other place on here that it really shows the date of what week we're in. So I thought that would just be a nice, easy way to let myself know where we are. I don't typically work too far in advance. So I don't have anything filled out for the next week. I don't work like that because I would just rather know the things that I need to get done. And if they don't get done this week, then I move them over. And that totally works for me. So I think with working through this format for the next little while, I think I'll probably decide that I might only need these 3 things to be maybe half, or maybe just have, you know, I would like to just kind of work out some different configurations for my own and then on my own, and then give her a couple of options to make me a custom sheet. She'll make custom sheets. So if you are an A5 girl, or she does a lot of different sizes too, not just A5, but she is really, really awesome at it. Okay, what else about this? Oh, I printed it specifically on the grid paper from Felicity Jane. So Felicity Jane, in their note to self section, has different A5 inserts. They have dot, grid, and lined. So I love a grid. I love a grid so much. It helps me keep my handwriting straight. It gives me a lot of enough space in between my lines so that things don't get too, you know, overwhelming. Then things don't match up precisely, and that's totally fine. But I think that when I ask her to make the custom insert, I'm going to have her put the grids just inside of the boxes and the titles. We'll see how that works out, but I'm loving this so far. Here is just what it looks like straight out of the printer with the days all whited out, and then just my 3 main categories so far, because I actually don't really want to color code this side. I want these things to, I'm not actually sure I want to color code any of them. So I'm going to do it for this week. And then I'm going to try to not color code anything other than the tasks. So for the tasks, I do, especially for Retro Hip Co, because I have lots of different categories within this category. So we'll see. And so this is what they look like just straight out of the printer with the days on them. So she leaves enough room for you to maybe like stamp the date, or, you know, write the date in, or anything you want to do to decorate. The other thing that's really something I've learned from her and watching her YouTube videos is that even though she has a ring binder and she has the hole punches, she has this really cool trick. Oops, I didn't grab both of them, where she takes scissors and snips the edges here so that she can easily pop them out and back in without having to open the rings every single time. That has been a game changer, because rings do kind of frustrate me with the opening and the closing and the snapping, and that is like huge. So then when we go into the next section within the month, these are all year on 2-page layouts. So what I plan to do with these is to have separate themes for each one. So I have a few of these. So like, I don't want to combine every one of my yearly plans into one thing. So here, I just want to write down magazine themes and maybe some other things related to overall magazine stuff. And then this next one is going to be future plans and dates, like things I'm going to, anything that's really super important needs to go on here. And this one is undetermined at the moment. I have a couple of ideas, but this whole section will move to the end of every month once I move into a new month. And so then I did some future planning. And so this would be a structure of February. So with all of my different kind of tasks, these are all the different stages of magazine development that I would be in. And it just helps me visualize, okay, this section of of a task should only take this long and I should be done with it by X date. And then again, the monthly spread. Now this one is still a work in progress. I don't have a lot of color coding, but I have some absolutes on here that it's just, they are what they are. And then after that, I'll have the weekly. So like I will paper clip these together. What I might what I might do in the future is put something else here. Like if I needed some extra note paper or something there, I don't know what I would need there. So I'm just happy clipping things together. Then the other thing that's definitely the reason why I combined my two planners basically is because this is where I'm going to keep every note that I need for magazine development, basically. So any ideas that I have when I look through other magazines, I get ideas on article types or layouts that I like, or like this right here, they have an actual checklist on the side here. And I was like, that's brilliant. We needed, what can I do to have a checklist? So I made myself a divider with some sneak papers from issue number 17 and made myself a little pocket so that I could just keep these here so that when I go to build things or do, like I've done this, a month ago, was to develop what the articles are all going to be. So then here I have the things that I'm responsible for right now in order to get building. And then what would happen after that is once I get the initial build finished, then I make a PDF out of it and I go through it and I basically scrub it. So I'll make a checkbox and I'll make a page number, write the page number down, make a checkbox and write down what needs to happen. If there's an error on that page, if there is something that's missing, and obviously the first draft, there's always things that are missing. So I know that I need a full scrub and a full checklist of things that need to be done. And then I've just kept that extra paper back here because eventually this tab will be turned into a number 17 or number 18 with number 18 papers so that I can just kind of stay inspired by those colors. This is another this one pocket back here has some ideas for overall magazine ideas and inspiration that I might want to implement, but not specific to an issue that I'm working on. And then back here is just a little bit of extra paper, and I have like a little mini course that I was working on for some goal stuff that I have back there, kind of like a little workbook that I printed A5 size. So that is it. That is how I've set up my planner. It's so easy. It's super functional. I love that I can pull pages out, write something, put them back in, or take the whole thing out, do a bunch of highlights or whatever it is that needs to be done. But I am mostly loving that I can have my weekly plan out in front of me with all the different categories of things that are required of me every week. And that has been super helpful. So again, I will leave some links below for the things that I can find for you. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.